This conference will now be recorded.
Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, December 19th, 2023. This is the regular December meeting of the Davenport Public Library Board of Trustees. We're meeting in meeting room C of the Davenport Public Library, Maine. My name is Steve Hemming, President of the Board of Trustees, and I'd like to call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda is roll call and introduction of attendees. So I'll call for the roll. Malavika?
Yes.
Thank you. Sylvia Roba?
Yes.
Thank you. Amanda Mato?
Here.
Thank you. Judy Lance?
Here.
Thank you. Tom Engelman?
Here.
Thank you. And myself, Steve Hemming, is here. We're expecting Joe Heinrichs and Laura Guinness, and we will recognize them if and when they arrive. Also, in our meeting today is Jeff Collins, Library Director, Lexi Riley, Assistant Library Director, Jennifer Williams, HR Operations Director, Manager, Tracy Lord, Development Officer, Casey Shipley, Recorder, and let's see, that's it. Okay, moving on. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. I have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Thank you, Tom. Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you, Amanda. Have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Call for the vote. Sylvia?
Yes.
Thank you. Amanda?
Yes.
Thank you. Judy?
Yes.
Thank you. Tom?
Yes.
Thank you. Malavika?
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. And my own vote is yes. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is public with comment. Hearing and seeing no one, move on. Next item on the agenda is reports and communications. First item there is the Friends. Friends president not here today. Don't recall right now what they had going on. Pass on that. Hello, is this Laura?
Yeah, hi everyone, it's Laura. I'm sorry, I'm sick, so I didn't want to come downtown and share my germs with everyone, but I'll dial
Okay.
in.
Yeah, thank you. You don't sound like you're 100%.
Oh, I'm pretty gross. I'm going to mute myself and I'll just chime up when it's appropriate.
Okay. Let the record show that Laura Guinness is joining the meeting. Okay. Back to the agenda, reports and communications. Next item is committee reports. Tom, anything for finance?
Well, basically, it looks like the budget is running right, right where we're 41% of the year, and most of the expenses are right around that number. So, I mean, were a few that were over, some that were under, but the total city appropriation was sitting right at percentages that were through the year. So looks like it's running very smoothly.
Okay, thank you. Next item under committee reports is personnel. Amanda, anything for personnel?
No, we finished up the evaluation last time, and that has been sent through to the city, so we should be good to go.
Great, thank you.
I wanted to thank Amanda and the other members of the personnel committee for how well you put together the evaluation process.
Thank you.
It went very, I thought it went very smoothly, but,
Like, if we gave that impression, then I'm happy. Well, thank you for saying
And echo that also, appreciate your efforts. Okay, next item under committee reports is advocacy. Malavika, is there anything to report under advocacy?
I wanted to share something because I just need guidance about it as well, but I also want to share. St. Ambrose University has become the first campus in Iowa to join the Every Campus Refugee Family organization, and we are going to welcome 2 refugee families on campus, and they will be the citizens of Davenport. And while talking to them, I realized that they had not, I mean, they are cooperating with a few other organizations like Tapestry Farms, etc. And I realized that they had not, thought about a public library like Davenport Public. So I kind of shared with them what all we offer, not just the event, the events and other outreach activities we have. And they were like, they were really surprised and shocked about all that we have that we can help with. So the initial plan is that one of the families out of the 2 has arrived here, but they're trying to get them acclimatized to our region. Everything is new. The country is new, the culture is new, the language is new. And they will be assigned a student volunteer that student volunteer will help the families to be, drive around the place and things like that. So the eventual plan is, I did tell them that they can get a Davenport Public Library card when things are appropriate, when they can travel, etc. But St. Ambrose would like to talk to somebody at the public library, and I just wanted to check with Jeff, Jeff, whose email or whose contact would be appropriate for me to give them, so that they want to see how they want to make use of our resources, but I wanted to make the connection with the appropriate individual.
Yeah, that would be fine to share my email.
Okay. So I will introduce you along with the person who is running the show out here, and have that email sent out to you. So you'll be introduced. So that was one. And second, I just thought, I know it is nothing got to do with the DPL meetings as such, but I came across giving catalog of the Quad City Community Foundation. And when it was something that we were talking with them, me and Devendra, and the giving catalog is like, how you can call it, like you meet by the water cooler and you chit chat and you get to know of resources. It's the same way the giving catalog is online. And I thought of Friends, what if Friends is on the giving catalog? So towards the end of the year, if people see us out there as well and they want to make a commitment, giving catalog is nothing but if Malvika Srikhande goes to the to Quad City Community Foundation, she finds various ways she wants to give, and she says, oh, this Friends of Davenport Public Library too, and she can designate the amount that she wants to give to the giving catalog. So if it is okay, I would be happy to share the details about the giving catalog if Friends just wants to see it or, research about it. These are the 2 things I wanted to share. That's it, Steve.
Okay. Thank you, Malavika. Okay, moving on. Next item under reports and communications is the director's report.
Thank you, Steve. Just a couple of things to highlight for the report for December. The exterior site improvements plan has been moving forward. We did receive our certificate of appropriateness from the Historic Preservation Commission. So now next steps are going to be starting to work on that process. It will take several months before we are able to execute contracts after the holiday, et cetera. So that will take place sometime in the spring, most likely. A call out that Lexi had recently shared on an update for the collection development and the DEI initiatives. Our representative with the Collection HQ software shared really effusive praise for the numbers that we're finding within the DEI category in Collection HQ. And some of the numbers that she shared, 21.6% of our collection that falls into a DEI category. And that's really rare. She shared that that's really rare to see a library over 20%. So we're doing really well in that respect. So I just want to call out for the great work that Lexi Collection Development is doing, all of our selectors, and trying to help make sure that our collection is representative of our community. Thank you for everybody that was able to attend the Jan Brett author event and the Eastern. It was very, very well attended, as you can see from one of the photos in the report, and just nothing but really positive praise. So thank you to everyone that was able to attend, and thank you to all library staff who were able to have a really great event that went off really well. And then one other thing that's not in the report, just an update on the closure at Main Street, because right now northbound on Main Street from 3rd Street is closed. And as you know, since May of this year, Main Street has been impacted either because of the partial building collapse or the construction of the apartment building that's going up at the corner at Main and 3rd. And right now, they've fully blocked off northbound traffic on Main. And that is primarily to accommodate for the winter and the snow removal. They felt the city felt they were going to be able to accommodate that and the construction needs as well. So that's actually going to be closed until March 1st of 2024 tentatively. So just to share that as far as a service interruption to patrons accessing Main Library. And then, of course, moving forward, we're going to see a lot of impacts over the next 2-3 years as the conversion of the one-way to two-way is going to impact how people navigate around downtown on 3rd and 4th Street and then get to the library, not just staff, but especially patrons. So just an update on that.
Yeah, I just had a question. So I noticed the circulation just said is down 7%. Is it just attributable to all of the chaos?
We believe that's a good chunk of it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else.
And it's changed.
And it wasn't terribly out of line at the libraries.
So timeline for the apartment or whatever that is being built? They work on it in the winter.
Yeah, we haven't been informed on their timeline. They've got the foundation built at this point for the most part, and now they're just going to go up 4 stories. So I would imagine another year or two.
Yeah.
That's just conjecture on my part.
They put in that construction cranes, I assume they're gonna keep working. Yeah.
That's what construction people, they do.
Next world go around, we know, they got the tunnel sewers and everything.
That's why I never went into that field.
I can tell you, when I was in service, I spent some time in Antarctica. And
Oh,
when they wanted to put a utility pole in the ground, otherwise known as a telephone pole, is jackhammer the ground to make the hole to put it in.
oh dear.
Okay.
That was fun.
The frozen chosen. Anyway. Okay, next item under reports and communications is report from our council liaison, and she is unable to attend today, so we'll move on. Next item is new business, and the only item we have there is motion to accept the resignation of trustee Craig Cooper. And, well, that's part of it. So let's do that. There's another part there, but we'll address that first. So we have a motion
I
to.
move to accept the resignation of Craig Cooper with regret.
Yes.
I was saying that.
Okay. Thank you, Judy. Yeah. Just a couple of words of it. Sorry to hear that Craig felt he needed to resign. He's not too distantly retired and want to do doing a lot of traveling and has been unable to be here as much as he wanted to. But anyway, we'll say that I don't remember exactly what it is, but he has been on the board for about 10 years. Prior to that, I believe he also was on the Friends board for some period of time, so we appreciate that also. And also wanted to mention that Craig is an author. I think I may have mentioned this before, and I know he did also, but he has 3 books that are in the library here. And one of them is Quad City Mallards, a rare breed of duck. Craig used to be a sports writer, so that one didn't surprise me. He has a children's book, Marcus and the Magnificent Margot, Farmers Market Dogs. This is a children's book. And so anyway, and then finally, he has a book called The Pink Revolution, with nothing to do with Barbie. It's a novel about an election situation, and I have read that one, and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I did, I read that too.
So anyway, 2 of those are available at the Fairmont Library, and one of them here in Maine. I think the Pink Revolution is here, but I'm not sure. Anyway, you might take those in if you're thinking of Craig or looking for a book to read or to read to your children. So anyway, so we have a motion and a second to accept Craig's resignation. Is there any other discussion?
So he would have had 2 years left, correct?
Yes,
Okay, so then when the new person comes in, they complete his 2 years?
yes.
Okay,
And then they're eligible for 2 full terms.
2 on top of that, okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay, so with that, I'll call for the vote. Amanda,
Yes.
Judy,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
thank you. Tom,
Yes.
Malavika,
Yes.
thank you. Sylvia,
Yes.
thank you. And my own vote is yes, motion carries with regrets. Okay. Also under new business, we have the, also Jeff sent out copies of the trustees profile worksheet. And just want to mention there that we are looking for people to apply. And just, if you have someone in mind, please let me or Jeff know. Don't really want to have any discussion right now of possible candidates just because we don't want to surprise anybody if they, since it's a public meeting, or have somebody surprise them or whatever. Anyway, but if you do have someone in mind, please let me or Jeff know, or encourage them to go on the city website and find the boards and council application and fill that out. They can submit that online and go to the mayor. Yes.
And just to tack on to that as well, I've been working with Steve on trying to identify potential trustee candidates and then reach out to them. So I do have some information I can share with them that provides a little bit more context about the position and the commitment and a little bit about the library and an offer to meet one-on-one with them if they're interested as well. So I'm willing to do that, and I have that information to share if you're interested. And then on top of what Amanda had shared or asked about the commitment for how long that tenure would be. The other thing to add about this particular position is in order to maintain our gender balance for the Iowa state law, we have to select or we have to recommend the mayor has to appoint a male. So we cannot, female's not an option for this particular cycle. That will be an option, obviously, in July when there are 3 trustees that cycle out, Sylvia, Steve, and Judy. And then at that point, we can look at adding 2 females and 1 male, or 2 males and 1 female, and still maintain the gender balance. But for this particular one, it has to be a male. And the process, there is an application online, and then the mayor is the one that makes the appointment. We believe that's going to occur in early January at one of the first city council meetings, or the second, I believe, the 10th maybe. But
yeah, and how do we know that? It'll happen early in January?
It might not.
Oh,
That's typically when they'll do their appointments, though.
oh, it is?
Not just in January, but it'll be the second, the first city council meeting, not the committee, the whole meeting of each month. And we have the board profile worksheet that the board worked on in September, October, November, and that is in your packet if you wanted to have a discussion about that. I don't know. In general, we did find that some profile gaps are generally either somebody younger, under the age of 30, 35, or somebody older, over the age of 65, because we will have 3 individuals cycling off that are that leave that gap. And then there might be a special focus of expertise, and it would be great to get somebody that is representative that either reside in the downtown, kind of north, central, or west area, because they'll the board typically moves more towards the east side of town.
Oh, we sort of lean that direction.
Any questions, comments about the board profile or trustee appointments?
Oh, and the other thing I didn't mention is that they have to be a Davenport resident and they have to be at least 18 years of age. That's the only criteria.
Jeff, what was that second? Excuse me, sorry, Jeff. I couldn't hear the second thing. They have to be a Davenport resident, and what was the second criteria?
Or they have to be 18 years of age. They have to be an adult, 18.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for clarifying.
Okay, nothing else. We'll move on. Next item is president's comments. I just wanted to mention, I guess I could have just mentioned this with the previous item, but we'll be meeting with the mayor on Thursday, and want to share with him some of the, like our bylaws and our code of ethics, and also the profile to try to encourage him to share at least the bylaws and code of ethics with potential candidates when he's talking with them, just so they'll be aware of those things and they help them make a decision. Also, I wanted to add that it's our last meeting of the calendar year, and so just wanted to thank everybody for the time you put in to come to board meetings and other things that are involved with the volunteer work of being a trustee. And I also want to thank members of the staff that are here for meetings regularly. Thank you, everyone. And thank everybody. Please pass along my thanks and our thanks to all the staff for everything they do to make the library a great place and keep those library stories coming. I guess with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So
Thank you, Tom. Is there a second? Okay, thank you, Amanda. I have a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed?
Aye.
I'm sorry. You want to oppose? Okay, good. Thank you. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, happy holidays and happy new year.
Take care. Happy